So here I am again. And you guessed it. It's a bloody mess. I don't know what happened. I did keep it tidy for ages and now it's all gone. And I was thinking, actually, yesterday, maybe what I've got to do is make this a nice room. So I thought, you know, why don't I paint it? I mean, this is still left from when it was the baby room. I was thinking maybe I should paint it. I don't want to spend a lot of money on it though. I really don't. But I want it just like, how could I have, I need to make it into a cupboard. I need a proper walk-in cupboard. But the trouble is if I even mention this to Mark, he'll start saying he wants to do it. And then if he wants to do it, it just won't get done because he wants to do everything in the garden and everything around the house. And come on, subs, any ideas on how I could make this into almost a proper walk-in wardrobe without spending a fortune? Because I think it's the only way forward. Just thinking again, because the thing is, if I've got nice swishy drawers that come in and out, and if I've got a nice hanging rail, and if I've got nice hangers, maybe that will encourage me to keep it immaculate. But there's also a huge risk it might not. And I might do it all and then it still might be really messy. Anyway, I've got to clear it up now and I'm so depressed at the thought of it. And she's banned from being on the bed.
I'm back from this theatre.
Hey, babe.
How are you?
How was it?
It was one of the most challenging plays I think I've ever seen.
In what way?
Well, it was set in America. It's called Downstate, and it was about. It started with the victim of child abuse confronting his child abuser with the list of what he'd done wrong, and so basically it was a play about what do we do with child abusers. How do we think about child abusers? And I've always had very, very, very strong beliefs on what.
One way.
It was one way. It's like, you know, you castigate them. Absolutely. I went in with strong beliefs, and I came out having them completely turned upside down. Not because you sympathise with what child abusers do. Obviously not at all. But the problem is far more complicated. It's like all these things. It's so much more complicated.
The thing is, we don't have the death penalty. We don't have the resources to keep somebody in prison for their entire life. And yet your mum, who was a real liberal about the whole way that paedophiles are treated in prison and all of that, she said when she worked in a prison with paedophiles, it was only 3 months until she realised, she said, you can just never let them out again because they don't change.
Yeah.
And she went in there thinking that there was a way to. Do you remember that Louis Theroux programme where he talked to paedophiles? And I actually, it's a similar thing where I was a bit discombobulated listening to them talk, like. You know.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, as a play, it wasn't about whether they can be re-released. These are about this. It's about 4 abusers or people on the register. And they've all done varying degrees of crimes, but they are all already back in the community. As in, they're all living in what's a sort of safe house, if you like.
Oh, that's like the Louis Theroux documentary.
Yeah, and so they're out back in the community. They've got the perimeters around where they can't go. They're all tagged. Yeah. And it just throws a spotlight on one's own humanity, even in the way one deals with these abusers. Because as it became apparent, they were all victims of abuse themselves.
Except not all paedophiles are, that's what we have to remember.
No.
Well, a lot are, but not all.
No, but most of them have been abused. A vast majority of them have been abused. You know, was it hurt people go on to hurt people? And
well, that documentary with Louis Theroux, you know, it's a similar thing. There were people that had been let out, they were living in a community. And I remember there was one particular guy, wasn't there, and he was saying that he's been begging for help because he doesn't want to act out on his thoughts. But because we all find it the most heinous, abhorrent crime that there is, we all tend to go, God, you're just one thing.
Yeah.
String them up. But that's not working because we can't string them up. So what are we going to do?
Absolutely. And the other thing...
Unless we start to move towards some sort of...
And the other thing that this play did that was very, very clever was, of course, it humanised them, because at the end of the day, it's very easy and it suits us to demonise totally and make sure that they just remain abhorrent in their every detail. But it made you reassess what is rehabilitation, what is giving people, you know, I personally still don't think they should be released back into the community, but something has to be done with them. Something has to be done. What is done and what should be done with them? It was just, and can I just say, to the National Theatre, and if you go and see it, it's a challenging night, but it's a rewarding night. And there's moving moments. There are some funny, dark gallows humour in there. The actors, to take on the part of abusers and play them with the honesty and sensitivity, in a sense, that they did. Brave. Very brave as an actor. Very brave as an actor. And you could see them almost looking shamefaced at the end as they took their curtain call. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to go so heavily in, but that's where I've been tonight. And then there's this tragedy of Notre Dame.
Oh my God.
What the hell when they come around here for
Watching
different...
it unfold. Have you seen the film?
I haven't seen anything, I just saw the smoke coming up.
Oh my God, it's so horrific. When the spire comes down, just the gasp. But the people are just standing shocked. People have come from everywhere to watch it.
It's
I mean,
just
thank
tragic.
God, the
No
only
one's
good thing
died.
is nobody's been hurt. So it's like fantastic
But
on that level.
two things they've salvaged, the relics. I didn't realise that. They've got what they claim to be the crown of thorns that Jesus wore.
Really?
They've rescued it. I didn't even know it was there.
How can they know it's the one that Jesus...
That's what they just said on the radio. We'll leave it up to you to debate whether it's the actual crown.
Oh, let's get real here.
But apparently they've got the crown. It's like the cathedral in Valencia claims it's got the Holy Grail. I thought we were all still searching for the Holy Grail myself.
And what about the Extinction March? Did you see any of it?
Yeah, I saw some of it earlier today. I'm going to show you the clips now.
So it's basically turned into a garden.
No. I mean, they were all camping out. They put lots of flowers there, plants there. They put up a pop-up skateboard rink.
God.
They were playing football. There was lots of flags and police just standing around looking at people sitting on the floor. It was really chilled. It was very nice. You had a good evening?
Well, I did so much sorting. Made Maddie dinner. She went out first. Then made Kiki dinner because she wanted hers 2 hours later. Did a very long live for about 40 minutes. And then have spent the entire rest of the evening sorting out upstairs. Oh my God, so much stuff to throw out.
Well, at least I saw a bag of stuff up there. At least you're throwing stuff out.
Yeah.
That's good. That's progress, isn't it?
Haven't watched any telly, haven't done anything, just cleared up, cooked.
That's rubbish. I heard your telly was on in your room.
Yeah, upstairs, but I mean, I haven't been down here at all. I've been just...
No.
I'm starving now. Thought you were making tea.
I am. Quite like the odour of the fridge, is there? Nothing quite like fridge odour.
Fridge odour?
Fridge odour.
There should be a fridge odour.
There is fridge odour.
What do you mean?
It's fridge Yoda. Have you ever smelt the odour of Yoda?
Order of Yoda. So, guys, we have got tons and tons of food today because why not?
Because you're cooking.
But why are we cooking?
A food item.
Oh my God, that was so bad. We're supposed to be telling the subs what we're
trick
doing.
question.
No. So we now are bringing you even more stuff for the channel because we're going to do proper playlists, food playlists. So today I'm making cheesecake.
I've got a quibble with that. It's going to be some healthy shit, is it?
No. Well, just first thing I said was I'm going to make a cheesecake. So I'm making.
It has to be just succulent, mad.
No, it's not going to be succulent, mad, because people don't want to die like you do. When is my food anything other than delicious? It doesn't have to be toxic.
Can it be oozing? Can it have stuff oozing out the side?
No, we're not doing a Marks and Spencer's.
Best shops in telly.
But we're not doing a Marks and Spencer's ad. We're doing food that people can cook for their families because they can't be asked to be thinking about what to cook.
Even Nigel Slater would say to me, Mark, do you want the goo coming out the side? And I say,
well, the fact
yes.
that you just invoked Nigel Slater is a problem with the whole of the way that you're thinking. We are thinking about how can people get food on the table that a bloody family will just eat for minimum price and it wouldn't take too long. Now, look, I have gone out on a limb a bit because we're filming it, because obviously...
What are they?
Well, I'm going to make
For
this...
God's sake, why can't we just have a substantial carrot?
Well, no,
Why does it have to be... Look, that's like...
Let me explain.
Islington carrots.
So, like this, for instance, guys. So I was thinking about cooking for this playlist, and I thought, God, what do people love on our Instagram are roast dinners. So I thought, how can you do a 1-tray roast dinner? So you put it all in the tray, bung it in the oven.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Now, obviously, these are expensive. These are a bit wanky. They're a bit expensive. But we are also trying to make it look nice. But anyone can just get a carrot and cut it lengthways into that. But I just wanted
those carrots. Can't look how thin they are.
But I just wanted that because I thought, no, but that's one thing where I've gone, well, okay, come on, we are filming it. We've got to make it look a bit nice. Or I'm doing a really nice vegan hummus, like fancy hummus with like pomegranates and sumac, and I'm making that. I'm going to be making
pigs in blankets. Now you're talking.
Well, that's for the roast dinner. That's going to go on the roast dinner,
right,
the baking tray.
Yeah.
Then I'm doing a really easy linguine.
Pardon?
So I'm linguine. It's kind of biscuity. Linguine. Come with me while I get the bag.
Can I just ask something quickly?
What?
Are you doing a banoffee pie?
Well, funny enough, I did think about that, but then I thought no, because you'll eat it all.
Do you remember that banoffee pie you made that kept getting bigger and bigger?
Yeah, because it kept growing. You've never forgotten that banoffee pie?
Well, because it was like something that was created from a magical story. I'd eat a quarter of a banoffee pie, I put it in the fridge and it would magically rematerialise. It was like I died and gone to heaven.
It was funny.
It was funny.
So, oh my God, look at that.
God.
That's so annoying. They probably cost a fortune.
That's my squashed raspberry frustration face.
Look, I've got some of this, guys, because I'm also going to do a vegan dish. You know the black bean wrap thing you love? Wait a minute, let me finish speaking.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
So, you know that Mexican bean wrap thing that you
that.
like? So it's like spicy, it's got cumin, it's got herbs and stuff. Put it in a wrap, and it's a chimichanga. You love it, because Mark always has it in the States.
Yeah.
So we do it with black beans, shredded chicken, shredded cheese, sour cream, avocado salsa, but I'm going to do a vegan one of that. And I bought this vegan.
Why vegan?
Mozzarella flake. Because
for vegans?
Yeah, because I'm going to do a playlist for vegan dishes.
Oh, that's great. We need to cater for them.
There's so many people that are
they feel
looking
so
for,
lonely, don't they, vegans?
There's so many people looking for vegan dishes.
I do think there's a slight sort of social pariah state with vegans.
I do want to feed everyone, Mark.
I've got a real pain in my chest. Like if I have a heart attack today, I have had this pain in my chest. I've had it for 3 days. Deep thrombosis-like pain. Anyway, I feel sorry.
Maybe you can look after yourself. Hey?
I do. I am. I'm going to have a vegan chimichanga.
So I'm doing a chicken churbic. I'm doing a fancy hummus.
Yeah.
I'm doing vegan beans.
Yeah.
I'm doing this linguine, which is going to be broccoli. Don't go ugh. Steam it, chop it up, such a quick dish, and then it'll have fried garlic and either fried pine nuts or fried walnuts. Delicious, easy, bang, into a dish, done in about under 10 minutes. So while the spaghetti is cooking, by the time it's cooked, the topping is cooked, and the tray bake, the roast chicken tray bake, and I'm going to do some kind of a cheesecake. The kids said they would like a Malteser cheesecake, so maybe I'll do that.
Banoffee pie?
Because you'll eat it all, babe. And then you'll be crying when you go to bed at night.
Such a pain, isn't it? You go to such great lengths to make stuff and then it just gets eaten.
And look, I bought these really tiny potatoes. So, I mean, I don't know, this might not work. I'm just testing it to see if I can do all the roast dinner all in one go on one tray.
Quite something.
I literally went to bed thinking about it last night, thinking, oh God, but what if the chicken doesn't brown and I've got to brown the chicken first and then I can't technically say all just cooked on one tray. What do you think, subs? And listen, you know what we'd love with this new, these new food playlists? Can you please give us some suggestions of what you like? What do you want more of? Do you want stuff that you can cook under 10 minutes? Do you want more vegetarian stuff? Are you really thinking all the time of how much something costs? What's your kind of budget? What are people's budgets? I don't know.
And that's your opportunity down there to request a banoffee pie.
For him. But when you put, can I have a banoffee pie, say, please can you make sure you don't give Mark any, because he's already getting chest pains.
Yeah.
Right, should we see what else we've got?
Yeah.
Look, I've got this. I don't know what it'll be like. Mango, kiwi, kale smoothie, spinach mix. Obviously, I don't condone this sort of stuff.
I say, aren't you paying for a premium?
But actually, this was £2.20. If you think if you go in and you buy a bottle of smoothie, now when I'm here, of course, I just use the fresh stuff. But why I'm doing this, why I've got this is for you. So when I'm not here, you can do yourself a smoothie. Right. You just put that in the bloody thing and you just whiz it. Instead of a Diet Coke for breakfast.
All of it?
No, I would say half. I know I've banged on about these before, but I bloody love them. No, look at this new thing that I found. I like to try it because I do my health and well-being food column now. I've got to try out all these products. So this is a new one, roasted beetroot wedges.
And what's the purpose of them being frozen?
Well, because it's quite a pain, isn't it? If you just want to quickly, let's see how long they put. You need a good hour. Well, no, you don't, I suppose, if you cut them off.
I just want to say something. I think you've cross-addicted to just frozen everything. You just
ever since I've cleaned out my freezer.
But babe, you're just getting frozen veg now.
But, okay.
Pre-chopped frozen veg.
No, but I'm trying these for my column. It's because I'm trying these out for my... I wouldn't normally have bought these, but it's just I've got to do a recommendation in my column every month. But the other thing is, you know, so many of the vegetables that we get now and the fruits travel so far and then sit in a supermarket, whereas at least if they're frozen, they're picked and frozen.
People don't even realise how tiny the feet are that vegetables have got. They travel all over the world.
All over the world?
Marching around with their little feet, just paddling along. We've got to give them a break. We need to chop them up and put them in freezers.
Breakfast this morning. So look, you see how there's only a very little bit of fruit. What you want is mostly green.
Can I say something now?
What?
The problem with over-frozen stuff in smoothies is that the smoothie itself ends up just tasting cold.
But what you do is put a warmer water in there. That's all you've got to do, or let it sit for a few minutes.
Like you can taste the ice crystals even when they're mushed.
Well then just wait longer.
We're going to find that your meat categorisation can't work because they're full.
Bumholes. Yeah, Bumholes.
Well, that's exactly why parcels. That's why parcels went in the wrong drawer. Not because your staff can't understand what you do. It's just there's not enough room in your freezers for your sudden addiction to freezer food.
So that's what I'm going to use for my roast tray bake. Because
what's the yellow on it?
If you use corn-fed, I think if you use breasts, if you think about it, guys, this is what I went to bed thinking about last night.
What breasts?
Thinking if I bake the breast, if I'm baking breasts,
I went to bed thinking of breasts, but not in a baking tray.
If I'm going to do a one tray roast dinner,
right?
If I put my breasts in at the same time as I put my potatoes, what's going to happen?
I don't know, but the dream didn't go that far.
My breasts are going to be dry.
Ooh.
And instead I can have a juicy thigh and a crispy potato.
This is getting ridiculous.
Look, I've got another new thing. Mixed root vegetable fries.
Frozen?
Frozen again.
You haven't got any room, babe. This is why you don't actually want to feed the dogs. Because you don't want their food taking up the freezer.
This is quite good because this is gluten-free. Because what they've done is, to get it crispy, they've put like a light batter almost on it. But not like a batter in the sense of like fish and chips. But just with rice flour. So even if you're gluten-free... This is another thing.
She's gone proper effing frozen food bonkers. Look. Frozen. Where the fuck are you going to put all this stuff? You need a bigger freezer.
Life is so busy. I'm not so much of an Nigella. So again, night before last when I was thinking, how can I do a roast dinner for the subs in one tray? And I was thinking about doing sausage... No.
Have we gone from breast
stuffing balls. I was thinking about balls.
Is that after the breasts?
No, I was thinking if I put balls on the tray and then if the carrots release too much steam. This is what I mean. When you watch it on the playlist, I'll just go, put it on here, put it on the tray. But you have to think about all these things because what happens is if I'm going to put the carrots and the parsnips on the same tray, all cooking at the same time, what happens? What does a vegetable have a lot of that, say, a chicken wouldn't?
Comedy bones.
No.
Disease?
Water.
What
happens when you cook it?
It dies.
It comes out. What happens when you've got steam on a tray?
It's a steamy tray.
No, it stops things crisping.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
Because it gets soggy.
So I thought, I was lying there thinking...
So you have soggy breasts.
So when do I put the balls on? I'm definitely not using breast. And when do I put the balls?
Last time I saw balls on a tray, we were firing.
Stuffing
We were
balls.
firing at Velcro targets,
Mark!
and they weren't landing or sticking.
Stop it. That is disgusting. Right, so I was thinking, once...
What was that like?
Once we had these Aunt Bessie's sage and onion, or whatever one, doesn't have to be Aunt Bessie.
Who'd have thought this was a trip down memory
my
lane?
God.
Hang on, you've interrupted yourself more than I've interrupted you. Who'd have thought that would give her a trip down memory lane?
Trip down memory
Go
lane.
on.
So, while I was lying in bed thinking,
Breast
the steam
balls
comes
and-
out of the vegetables, I've put
I'm so pleased you're preoccupied with
Normal-
other thoughts at bedtime.
normal stuffing balls on it. What's going to happen? My stuffing is going to fall to pieces.
I knew that.
So it's not just a case of chucking a load of stuff on a tray and hoping for
course it
roast dinner.
isn't.
So I thought, I know what I'll do. I will use pre-made stuffing balls because they've already got a crispiness to them. But then I was thinking, price point.
What the fuck's a price point?
Well, this is £1.50. I don't. So I don't know. I've got to check how much the difference would be, and just to stuff.
Babe, you're bullshitting everyone now. This
I
isn't about the
swear to
price
God.
of frozen
No.
balls. This is because you don't want normal room temperature balls.
What are you talking
You're addicted to frozen produce.
Listen. So it'll be funny because when
What are you talking
well,
about?
Well, I think this is quite nice because you know when you watch cookery programs and they just go, da, 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 which is what I do. To be fair, when I'm doing a cookery, but all this thought goes into one simple thing because I could still make it today and it might not go on the playlist because it might be shit.
Can I just say something? I haven't understood a single word you've said for the last 5 minutes. Other than balls,
you know
breasts,
why?
and soggy.
Do you know why? Because you're not interested.
I am
Which is
interested.
fine. It's
I am
my
interested,
thing. It's
but
my thing.
your description of the science of a tray bake, isn't grabbing me.
No, but I'm trying to explain to people what you have to. This is behind the scenes of the cookery playlist.
Soggy breasts and balls.
Because I think people think, oh God, people that can cook just find it so easy. You don't. It still goes wrong all the time. And actually, this chicken tray bake might not even make it.
It probably won't even happen, guys.
But one thing is very important. Here I am getting my shopping out. What am I not going to do? I'm not going to put my chicken in the fridge.
Right.
Why?
Because it'll go soggy.
No. Do you actually think they're for you?
Danger.
Very dangerous.
Do you know why I really like dates?
Bad.
Because my nan, do you remember at Christmas time we used to get those oval-shaped boxes that said "Eat Me" on them?
Yeah.
Do you remember those? They were really horrible. They were
really sugary,
syrupy.
like rubbery. They were horrible.
Syrupy and dry, but she also got crystallized figs coated in sugar.
Yeah.
And crystallized ginger. And for her, do you know what she said? The reason she liked the dates and the reason she liked the figs in sugar, it made her think of the deserts of the Egyptians, of the Valley of the Kings.
Who would know that all those years later you would marry a part Arab woman?
But that's what I think is so historical about it.
But you
She
know,
was
but
always
my-
drawn to the pyramids.
My mum, who grew up in a very traditional
British
family
suburban house, would you say?
in Epsom, and there was this painting on the wall of a desert. So you've got to imagine this is no travel. You know, my mum was a war baby. Nobody travelled anywhere. Nobody knew. Nobody got on a plane. Nobody went abroad on holiday. And my mum's mum used to say to her, "I think you're going to marry a man from a place like that."
It's not funny.
And isn't that weird? Because it must have planted a seed. Because
Yeah.
the first time my mum saw my dad, and she was in the BBC canteen, and she said, "Who's that guy over there?" He was getting a pie and chips, which is very.
Pie and
the
chips.
women that she was with said, "Oh, he's from the Arabic service, so you don't want to look at him. That's the Arabs. Nobody will work with them."
Oh.
Yeah. And so my mum, who was working in the French service, because she could speak fluent French, knew that she was going to marry him.
How bizarre.
And then she got transferred to the Arabic service within the BBC and became his PA. But her mum planted that seed.
Teddy.
Don't you think when somebody said to her, "Oh, that's one of the Arabs, the new Arabs in the Arabic service."
So Teddy pulled his PA.
Yeah.
He pulled his PA.
Well, when they say PA, I think they probably dressed it up a bit. She probably wasn't. But think about that. She'd done all that studying. She'd gone to the French Institute. She'd learnt French. She wanted to work in the French service at the BBC.
Isn't that bizarre?
And she transferred because she saw my dad and she knew he was the one.
All my nan said about the Arabs, and this didn't suggest that I was going to marry one, was why do they have to hit themselves on the head all the time when they're sad? And I said, Nan, you can't say that.
Oh, God.
They're just very, very emotional. She said they're very emotional. She said at times like that, I like our stiff upper lip.
Well, yeah.
And little does she know that I'm married to a woman who regularly hits my head when she's emotional.
That's the thing, isn't it? I think sometimes when I was full crazy, I think she thought, what the hell's going on here?
She did a little bit. But yeah, Magic Carpets, Aladdin. I used to love all those shows when I was a kid. There was a magic to the Middle East.
Yeah.
That interestingly, of all the places I've been to, I think Istanbul delivers that Middle Eastern hit architecturally far more than I felt Amman did or anything like that. Oh my God, what's going on?
Oh my God, the racket. I've had every pan unbelievable out because I'm doing this cheesecake for the playlist. All I wanted was a 23-inch tin with a 23 centimetre tin with a 23 centimetre bottom.
So
23 had to go
inch
through
or 23
everything
23 inches
centimetre.
like that.
And now the bloody raspberries. It was all going to look gorgeous with mixed berry fruits, and look, all the raspberries are squished. So I'll have to pick some out.
So you can keep that.
Yeah. Oh my God, just getting the stuff bloody ready to just start going, hello. Today I'm making a berry cheesecake. It's been a bloody nightmare.
Hang on, that's really funny, because in 2 seconds, if you go over to the other playlist now, and what's the title of this going to be?
Summer berry lemons. Well, it was going to be
There you
vanilla berry cheesecake.
Right.
But I've got no sodding vanilla, so now
Right.
I'm making it lemon.
Okay, well, in fact, we probably won't.
I
We'll
might
probably.
make it lemon, vanilla, summer berry cheesecake. No bake. Lemon, vanilla, summer berry cheesecake.
And I'm probably going to change it to sumptuous, delicious cheesecake.
No, you're not.
Anyway, but what you're going to do is you're going to go over to that playlist. You're going to click on the thing that's going to be really sort of perfect looking food, but in fact behind it,
It's
all
this
this
Armageddon.
shit's going on. Look at that.
And look at
Look, total carnage.
Behind the scenes, teenagers are present. They're everywhere.
One of them's actually left a fan. That's unusual, isn't it?
So now I'm going into food playlist mode, which means, come on everyone, do it with me at home. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing, up there for thinking, dancing, up there for thinking, down there for dancing, cooking. God.
Jesus Christ, babe.
All mushed. So I've got to get them for the end dish looking. It's going to be funny, guys. If you go over to the playlist and see this cheesecake, and there'll be me just going, and then scatter your perfect raspberries on top of your cheesecake. That'll have to do.
Shut that behind
Your
you
face.
as
There's teenagers.
Teenagers filming.
The difference between men and women, eh? Mark, just show them what you just showed me.
Well, that's what remains of
Right.
my Garmin.
This is
no,
his-
I can't run without them.
No, give it to me.
No,
This is his Garmin, right? Which records his distance, his speed, all of that. It's absolutely mashed up.
It's my lucky Garmin. It's been on 2 marathons with me, and even if I've got my Fitbit, if I haven't got my Garmin, I almost won't. Well, I won't run.
But you can't put it on his wrist.
No,
We
hold
would
it.
have bought a new one, wouldn't we, girls? What is wrong with you? I'm going to get you one.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah, all right. There go the girls. Can you see them? There's the girls heading off, skateboarding. And I'm going to go for a run. It's a day of filming lots and lots of stuff at home. I've only had 1 coffee, but I feel like I've had 100. I've got the dogs in the car, but I'm going to walk them and I'm going to do a run. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm being really annoying. So yeah, we've been filming lots of cookery stuff, vloggy stuff, all sorts of stuff. I feel strange. I feel so exhausted. Does anyone else have that, where you have such a sort of dumping of emotional hormones into your body at the weekend, say, and it's literally like my body's been poisoned. It's trying to expunge and get rid of this stuff. but it means I just feel so tired. I feel so listless. I feel sort of almost unable to do anything, which is why I'm going against the advice of the physio, and I'm going to go for a run, a gentle run, a jog, just because I need to get some of that. I feel like I just need to get sweat, almost some of that energy out. You see, I take it from that, Gigi, I take it from that sound in the background that it's the right time to strim. So this isn't Greenfingered Hill, but I do like to come to the park and consider, oh look, every time I turn the camera on, Toffee does her shit of shock. So I'm just going to go over there. Oh, there's another strimmer. It's definitely time to strim. So I might get back and do some strimming. Oh, God, that was so nice. That was my first run in probably 2.5 weeks. And I'm going to try and do that thing. Because I'm an addict, I tend to subscribe to something. So the idea being, oh yeah, no, I'll run every day of the week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 3. I'm going to run every other day. And I'm going to aim that 2 of those every other days that I don't run in a week, I'll go to the gym to do different cardio and some weights. And I just think it will help with my mentals. So yes, you've been with us on this long journey, up and down. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel a bit, the tyranny of having to do it by January, the end of January, is a bit, sometimes it's just a bit too much pressure to do it at that very time. Sometimes it's like you've just got to be in the right headspace. Now I've started talking again. Chi-Chi's doing a poo. I mean, I don't make this up. They know when I'm on camera. What is Coachella? Coachella.
It's like one of the biggest festivals. It's in California, in America.
And is it a particular type of music?
No, it's kind of a mix.
Just like
definitely a mix.
Oh right, okay. So it's not. It's just like American mix music, and that's where Beyonce played and
it's
stuff.
Not just
like
Americans that perform there. But
yeah,
it's in America.
But it's like their version of Glastonbury or something like that. But
I think
cooler.
so, a little bit bigger than that.
And a little bit cool.
Every single celebrity goes there.
Every single
All the
celebrity.
Kardashians are there.
Ah, well, what do you think of Kyle Richards? Your mum's just sent me a text of this story. Kyle Richards, who's one of the Real Housewives,
Oh right, yeah.
went on the guise of being a chaperone to her kids.
Right.
And she's been called out on social media as a granny and a sado and a loser for trying to hang with the kids. What's your views on over 50-year-olds going to festivals? Be brutally honest.
It depends on the festival.
Right.
It's a bit cruel to be horrible to her about it.
It is, isn't it?
To
You shouldn't
somebody
be
about
horrible
it,
to
but
anyone.
I would say I wouldn't expect people that age at Coachella.
Right. So it's kind of weird. If I said I'm going to Coachella, you'd be like,
yeah, if you would go in on your own, yeah. It makes sense she's going with her
Right.
kids.
So
I wouldn't want you to come with me, but
okay. So it
would be really sad if your mum went to Coachella.
would it?
For me, yes.
Even though I went to loads of festivals when I was younger,
Yeah,
it'd
but you were younger.
Ah.
But I wouldn't be horrible to somebody about it.
No, you
So
don't
if
troll
that's
anyone.
what
That's
a
not nice
granny
at all. So do you think there's a point at which you'll get to? Do you ever think about the day when you'll be too old to go to something like that?
I don't want to think that. Don't want to get
Well, no, why should you? You're not there. But you definitely think that there's a red line in the sand that me and your mum know.
Yes.
It would be embarrassing. Would it be embarrassing to you if you weren't at the festival, but you came back and we were like sitting when your friends came around and went, yeah, we went to Coachella? Would that be really embarrassing?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, crucially embarrassing.
Yes.
So don't do it.
Don't do it.
Day guys, it's so simple. You
So,
literally follow day by day.
That's the Felucia Wynyard read I've been telling you about that I've been following. And you know how I've been doing my 7-minute hit? For those of you that watch this vlog regularly. Yeah, I found this YouTube channel. I actually found it because Anna Saccone Jolie uses her. Totally free. Really, really good exercise. So I've been doing 7-minute hits for the last couple of weeks. And today I just went on to the 10-minute hit. Now I know it doesn't sound much, but 10 minutes of being out of breath will do masses for your health. Masses. I've got a dry throat. Yeah. So I'm pleased I've gone from 7 minutes to 10 minutes. But her thing is you don't have to keep going up. You could just do 7 minutes forever if that's better than nothing. Go on, give it a go. There's some on there that are 4 minutes. So if you think you can't start, you just haven't got the energy, go on. Give yourself 4 minutes to look after yourself, girls. You know what? When I talk to you like this, it sounds like I do it all right. I don't. I had like days where I didn't do anything. But me sharing with you helps me share back with myself. Keeps me on the straight and narrow for tomorrow. Make a promise to you, I'm going to do that again tomorrow.
I've just come back from the park and I brought Nadia an oat milk cappuccino because I figured it was a romantic thing to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've got a parcel.
Oh, not another one.
Well, I hope this is nice.
I enjoyed my run. It's my first run in 2.5 weeks, and it felt nice to be moving with my legs.
Oh yeah, was it good?
It was lovely. It was lovely.
I did one of my HIIT workouts.
Good. What on earth is this? This is so. Oh, no, box in a box. It's like a Russian doll situation.
You're going to be talking. Box in a box.
That's what I'm saying. Box in a box. I just said a box in a box.
I know, but we're on us instead of on the thing. Go on the thing, so I'm going to open it.
You know what this is?
If it's what I think it is.
It's a very strange shaped thing.
I'm hoping it's really nice. Because I used to love my old ones and they've all been broken or they're smeared or they've gone weird in the dishwasher.
Oh, yeah, they have gone weird. Oh, nice. Oh, they are nice. I do like them. We do
They're
need
lovely,
Let's just
aren't
get rid of the old shitty one.
Aren't they gorge?
Yeah, they're really nice.
Well, I might get another box.
Oh, it feels nice.
Oh, and they're really nice to hold.
Aren't they?
They're really nice. What do you think, Subs?
Yeah, I think they're going to like those.
Better than the flower pots, eh?
Yeah, all right.
Sorgenti.
Where are they from?
I got them on Amazon.
Oh.
They're nice,
I
aren't
like
they?
those. I like those a
Oh
lot.
yeah, I really like them. Bet you like
Are they made of glass or are they?
glass.
Oh, it's like psychedelic, man. Psychedelic.
I might get another 6. What do you reckon? Should I get another 6?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, I can still see out of them.
Yeah, they're good glasses. They are to wear, aren't they?
Hey man, you're psychedelic, man.
Psychedelic. I really like them. They're lovely shape. Really good shape to hold.
Oh,
What?
I thought I was going to sneeze. It's really strange. Oh!
Bless you.
Drinking from a takeaway cup in your house. You know who I feel like?
Who?
I bet some of the subs can know who I'm going to say. Who do I feel like?
Who does that? The Kardashians. Yeah, they've always got a takeaway cup.
They've always
That's
got
true.
a takeaway coffee or a smoothie or a big takeaway salad in a massive bowl like that, and they just keep digging for chicken because they don't get other things. But have you seen? Oh God, isn't it tragic about Notre Dame?
It really is.
Tragic.
Although, as I understand it, the main 2 bell towers are fine, where old Hunchback of Notre Dame was swinging, allegedly.
Oh, are they? They're
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, today.
Do you know what? Oh, the best part of the story was this. Did you hear Donald Trump phoned up Macron in the middle?
Said, why don't you use helicopter?
Drop a load of water on it. And all of the French firemen said, well, if we did that, it would crumble and fall on people. It's not a bushfire.
But it's not his job. Classic. He thinks he knows everything about everything.
It's like he told Brexit what to do.
Shut up.
Did you hear what he said about
Mind your own
Brexit? That's just
business.
ridiculous. Anyway, go on.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so I just saw today Salma Hayek's husband is already offered £133 million
For what?
or dollars for the renovation.
Oh, he's offered?
Yeah, he's giving it. He pledged it.
Bloody hell.
Him and his dad. I thought, Salma Hayek's husband? We didn't even know that Salma... I mean, imagine being...
Imagine having 133 million, you could just go,
But
just chuck
apparently
that over
he
there.
actually is worth something like 30 billion. So I started off going, wow, 130 million, that's extraordinarily generous. And it is. But if I was Parisian and I had 33 billion, I reckon I'd give $1 billion for it. I mean, what a legacy to be able to rebuild Notre Dame. But you know what? Another part of me, and people might say, this is terrible. I think, should you really how can you rebuild Notre Dame? You can have a brand new build, you can't rebuild it.
But I've always had a problem with this. It's like I filmed years ago in Dubrovnik, and obviously that was terribly bombed during the Serbo-Croat War. But when you rebuild these places, there's like places in Crete where they've recreated the Mycenaean Palace, and you walk round and you go, on first walk, you go, bloody hell, this is amazing. And then someone tells you, oh no, it's not real. And you're like, well, hang on a minute, we're kind of walking through a set.
That's the thing. I mean, you know, there's been some absolutely brilliant commentators earlier on in the day. You were out yesterday, they're talking through and just so eloquently about, you know, all the beautiful carvings and the art and everything. And
Jesus' crown.
And the history that's in it and the extraordinary abilities of people. I mean, they didn't even have flaming electricity. Does it have the same meaning? If you rebuild it, because I bet you anything, it'll be as plain as anything.
Have you ever...
we can't seem to make anything ornate or beautiful anymore. Everything is.
No, I agree. Have you been? Have you ever been to Notre Dame itself?
Oh,
yeah, I've been
God,
up to the top.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
the gargoyles
I love,
are amazing.
It's
Yeah.
just,
But one thing,
I mean, what would be your equivalent? This is what I was talking to Kiki about yesterday. My equivalent, if it was London, to come down, my favourite building is the Houses of Parliament. I just love it. I'm just in awe. Every time I go by it, I look at it, I look at the detail, I look at all those windows and all the grey. It would be like me standing watching that burn if I was...
which Guy Fawkes wanted it to do. I mean, I must admit, every time I look at the House of Parliament now, I think it's far too nice for the people it's designed for.
what would be your building?
My
The
building.
equivalent of Notre Dame.
I mean, I'm very fond of St Paul's Cathedral. I do think, in terms of the skyline, it's sitting there.
Yeah, of
it's
course,
such a
of
beautiful
course,
thing.
cathedral.
So I
that
think,
would be an equivalent in
yeah,
cathedralism.
in cathedral terms. Yeah.
You know, there they were, speaking in a second language with such emotional articulacy, and I felt ashamed, but they were just, they said, you know, to think I walk past here every day, you don't think it's just there.
Yeah, and they're doing that.
And there was another woman saying it's our ground zero, this is it, it's like, obviously.
Could you imagine Derrick and Beryl outside St Paul's Cathedral if it went down, being asked to talk in French? Wouldn't happen, would it?
We wouldn't, wouldn't, none of us.
Wouldn't happen, none of us.
very few of us would be able to
We
say
wouldn't stand
bloody
there and
well.
try and
I mean,
talk
my mum
French.
speaks French, my sister speaks fluent Italian, and I feel very, but my dad speaks Arabic. Actually, nearly everyone in my family speaks another language apart from me.
You talk bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm hungry, what is that?
Oh, are you hungry? Well, I'm doing this for Maddie. Maddie's got her singing lesson, so she eats at a different time to us
Oh, I wonder what
on a
song she'll do
Tuesday.
tonight.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I said to her, I think it'd be a really good idea if she just put the camera on in her lessons. Don't you think, Sub? So we've got so we can actually see her while she's singing.
But I just get excited about hearing a new song because she's
God,
going to
I
be
get
recording a new
so-
song. Every night she comes back from him, she has a new song.
Do you know, I when I'm walking to work, when I'm walking to the station, I play her Broken Hearts, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I cry every time.
Nothing makes you cry these days, you're like a rock.
The Rock. Like The Rock.
No, you can't make your pecs pop. That
So-
doesn't look exciting from my perspective.
Listen, this is what you've done their whole childhood. I do them pretty
I
good.
haven't
What's
said
that? And you
they're not in
go,
here.
"Whoa,
No, they're not in
David."
here, but
Yeah, but you're going to say it to her as
I'm
well.
not at all. I wouldn't undermine you in that fashion.
Chicken cut really, really thinly, because then, if you cut it really thinly, it's never going to be tough. Whereas, as I've said loads of times before, chicken breast without skin, fried, usually a disaster. Most people that do it, it's disgusting. So look, I'm talking that thin. So I'm just going to cut this up and just cook it in a bit of olive oil, a bit of garlic.
It's almost like, what's that really thin carpaccio, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, more like sushi. Carpaccio is like wafer thin. It's more
Wafer thin. I had wafer thin ostrich one. It was lovely.
Did you?
Yeah, really nice.
Can you get the potatoes out for me out of the microwave? Let's have a look.
Get them yourself.
So I'm just seeing if I
Imagine
can
if
do
yours
some cheap veggies.
one was as horrible as that. Ah, it's hot. The plate's hot.
Somebody at work the other day was saying that they use a wooden board to cut their chicken. Honestly, guys,
Is that bad?
do not use a wooden board to cut chicken.
Why?
It's so bad. Because
Don't touch it. It's so hot.
if you think about it, even with a plastic thing like that, you get cuts in it.
Oh, I see.
Then when you get cuts in it, the chicken goes into it and it doesn't get washed out properly, and it literally breeds bacteria. It's awful, awful.
Can I ask ourselves, is it true if you stand in front of a microwave when it's on for 4 minutes, you are basically doing extreme damage and cooking your head? Because you used to just stand in front of it and look at it. You did, like a television. She did. Why I think she's got a really flat back of the head.
So that one's not quite done. We can put those back from
The back of your head is so flat, baby.
Because I'm well, I'm not Mediterranean though, am I? I'm Arab. I don't know why.
it's so,
Dad
it's
always says
so
it's-
flat.
My dad's is exactly the same.
I mean, you could be flat packed in with things.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know, a osteopath or something said to me, it's cultural.
Is it?
Flathead. You can call me flathead
Flathead.
from now on. Can you put that back in? Put it.
So yeah, I'll do it. Can I put it down and I'll do it so I don't
Sorry.
burn myself? What
Okay.
do you need them to do?
They're just not quite soft enough. Just fry them.
Okay. So don't put
So-
your head in front of there for too long. Like, you need to be like that. Whenever I put the microphone on, I'm like that.
So what I'm going to do is just
Dance.
put a teeny squeeze of lemon, look, straight on the board, look, like that.
Oh man, that's so al fresco, isn't it?
And then what it does is it just tenderises the meat ever so slightly.
Say that again? No, tenderise, say it.
Tenderise.
I love that word. Makes food sound so exciting when someone says it's being tenderised.
And then what shall I put?
I don't know, but I've got
Cajun.
poo bags if you need
I'm
them.
going to put a little bit of Cajun spice.
Ooh, I love Cajun. This is for Maddie, isn't it? Not me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, don't get excited, babe. I've got steak for you. Oh, you don't want steak? You've gone off steak.
Steak, does anyone else find steak a bit boring? It's like it's always the
I
same.
can't believe it. Maddie says my steak is absolutely delicious.
No, you cook it brilliantly, but after 48 years on this planet, steak's boring. Sorry, guys, it's a fact.
Just a little bit of garlic powder. God, it's very dark in here all of a sudden, isn't it?
beautiful light, though.
Is it? Okay, so see, look, no extra bowl, just bam, bam, bam. This was a bit of faffing. So now, on a low, I'm just going to just low cook the potatoes on a low heat. But you can't cook olive oil at a high heat. But I wanted to have the good olive oil, so I'm just going to put it on a low heat and just because they're cooked in the middle, they've just got to just brown a bit on them. So I'm going to put a few garlic cloves because she loves her garlic. So at the same time I'm going to cook her broccoli. I'm cooking another batch of broccoli because I'm going to do...
the science of this again.
Oh God, guys, you've got to get one of these.
Yeah, well,
and you know what? Invest in one that's a bit heavier. Don't get a really thin... But even a cheap one is just fantastic.
And why is it preferable
Well, because-
to cooking
because-
it in water? Space.
Oh
obviously.
God, why are you cooking? Oh well, all the goodness goes into the water. Yeah, you don't want to put your vegetables in the water.
Oh, see, I mean, that's a standard.
Did you know that?
That's standard practice in
So
my
look,
house.
I could do peas,
God, how high can you get it?
carrots.
Oh my God, can you really cook like that?
Yeah.
No, that looks like a comedy sketch.
I mean, you have to be very careful. I wouldn't do it with those little ones running
But
around.
surely it
but yeah.
takes forever for the heat to reach them, I suppose it doesn't.
Oh, if it's bubbling furiously.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
And you put the vegetables that cook, that take the least time, you put it at the top. As long as you're enjoying yourself, that's the important thing.
I'm poised. I'm like a coiled spring at all times.
Should I have been making this for you as well?
I almost haven't got the courage to say to you that I'm absolutely starving.
Oh, why haven't you got the courage to be silly?
Because you're busy cooking for another person.
Well, I could have cooked some for you if you just said you were hungry.
I'm
It's just it's an odd time of day, isn't
It
it?
really is. I mean, what a stupid time of day to get hungry. Isn't it? I mean, one can't regulate against one's tummy, though.
You see, it's
probably 'cause I've done a run.
If I make your dinner now,
Yes.
but I'm happy to, you're going to want dinner again at 8.
She's up there for thinking, down there for dancing.
So why don't you have something like, you've just done a run, so you can have some carbs.
Yeah.
Why don't you have another smoked salmon and cheese bacon? You like that?
Oh, that sounds like a heavenly
And
suggestion.
then you can have dinner tonight, but no carbs tonight because you have had 2 bagels today. How about that?
Okay.
Well, you can have carbs. I mean, it's up to you. Only if you want to do it.
So annoying, the rules and regulations around
It's
food.
so fucking annoying.
God,
What do you mean?
why can't we just
I
eat
have to-
carbs?
I have to not only think of it for myself, I have to think of it for all of you lot as
Well,
well.
I know.
Totally boring.
I know.
Totally
Jesus
boring.
Christ, careful, babe. It's kicking off.
So boring.
It's not kicking off. Oh, you're doing that for Mads because she loves the potatoes.
Yeah, she'll probably only grunt at me when I give it to her.
Yeah, that's true. But that is,
I'll be
that
lucky.
is the
Be lucky
teenager
if I
for
get a grunt.
you. She thinks she's a potato addict.
Well, I think she's a potato addict.
Definitely is. Have you seen the way she goes into a reverie when she's eating
Yeah,
them?
she's not good. It's not good.
It's not good,
it's
is
a
it?
problem.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, if anyone else is eating potatoes or helping themselves to potatoes, she goes like this. She doesn't realise it, but she's looking for those.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. What do they call it?
I have to go to her, Maddie.
That's the tallest tower of Babel. Look.
I'm not.
Is that your 5 a day? 1, 2, 3, 4,
5 a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a day. Do you remember that? Oh, they look nice. They suit you. I'm sure Kiki will be over them. Kiki! Daddy's got your glasses on.
They're great glasses. God, look, they make me look like
They are, aren't
an
they?
American
Fab.
pilot.
They're from Primark, those subs.
I'm going to wear heart glasses from Primark because they make me feel like a man. Do I look like a man?
Do I look... That has got to be the top of your most ridiculous questions. Do I look like a man? Are you serious? Right, let's get this one.
I'm working on the ab. I'm only going for one ab at the moment, but I'm working on it. I'll get there. Then I might go to 2, and I might go to 3.
They're so nice, aren't they? They're very jolly. Jolly glasses.
Kiki, I'm keeping your glasses. They're really nice. Thanks. I'll have them.
So, I'm just going to put the chicken into the same pan I did the potatoes. You could, with those potatoes, microwave them and then, if you had time. What if I'd had time? Huh? No, that's what I've done. If I'd had time, what I would have done was brush those in olive oil and put them in a hot oven, but we didn't have time because it's going out soon. So literally, I'm going to cook this for maybe a minute, right? No more than that. And then this will ensure we don't have tough chicken. A minute.
Yeah, tough chicken is really good.
Tough chicken, where's the salt? Because it's so thin, I'm now, once they're all turned over, and start with the thickest piece that we've got, so we always cut one a bit thicker. Turn that first. Turn that over. And then a little bit of salt on the other side. And now, turning the pan off. Doesn't need to be cooked anymore. The heat in the pan will cook the other side, and that will guarantee that it won't be tough.
I love it when she does a little cookie flourish when she goes. Don't you love that?
Up the weekend, down the dancing, up the weekend, down the dancing, up the weekend, down the dancing.
Saw it here first. We're trying to be trailblazers on YouTube, guys. Trying to be trailblazers. Oh, look at the colour.
Rainbow on your plate. Where's your rainbow on your plate? That's what you always have to say. Where's the colour? If there's no colour, there's no goodness.
But there's a rainbow in my heart.
Ah. No colour, no goodness. Maddie!
It does look divine. Maddie very much felt that it was a case of no go for anyone over 50 to Coachella.
Well, one day she'll be 50.
Maybe I won't.
Pardon?
Maybe I won't.
Maybe
But
I
the
won't.
thing
That's
is-
dark.
But the thing is, your generation, right, are all about, oh, you can't, everything is racist.
Oh, see?
Everything is racist, everything is prejudiced, everything is... And yet the ageism in your generation is terrible, and it's still a prejudice.
Mum,
Prejudice
sometimes
is-
stuff just becomes uncool from a certain age. It's not,
Yeah,
it's
but
not about
also-
being rude, it's just about
But
being
you stop
factual.
caring what's cool, which is really cool. When you stop caring what's cool, that means you're really cool.
It really doesn't sometimes.
So has Daddy got to stop enjoying music in the way that he used to because the younger generation think he's too old?
And I didn't say that all festivals are wrong. But like, at a certain age, you can go to certain festivals, but a festival like Coachella, it's just not for people of a certain age.
This is all because one of the housewives of Beverly Hills was seen at Coachella. And
I don't agree with being
Shame.
rude about it.
No, she didn't agree with
I'd
that.
be
No.
embarrassed if you guys went to Coachella.
How does that make you feel now?
well, embarrassed. I still think it's a prejudice. It's grouping a group of people together for what they are and saying that you're not allowed in. And if you did that with this younger generation, with anything, like if we use the wrong language, we're so quickly told, oh God, you're being this, you're being prejudiced, you're being this, you're being that. But it is a prejudice. I mean, what is the definition of prejudice?
Yeah, it's saying someone can't do something because of some detail of their
them.
person.
I'm not saying they can't do it, I'm just saying...
Yeah, you did
You
ask
think
if
it's
it's
sad?
embarrassing. Yeah.
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 But do you not see that that's prejudice?
But can I say something? I think
No
it's
way I'm
sad.
saying it.
I think it would be really sad if I went to Coachella and tried dancing to Beyonce,
It
if
would
I'm
be
honest.
sad if you went to Coachella and were listening to all of the tunes that...
Yeah. I think it's sad. It's sad that it's sad.
I don't think so.
I think it's sad that it's sad, but it's like they have these clubs now for over 50s to go and dance. That's really sad. I'd rather go to my grave not dancing like that. I like dancing with you though, in here, being stupid. I miss dancing with the girls as a daddy. But Coachella, step too far.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got urgent things I need to do.
Oh my God. He's got the bloody strimmer again. Oh, the garden's gone. Oh. Are you all right, babe?
Yeah, just thought I'd get...
You having fun, huh?
Yeah, just thought I'd make some progress.
Okay.
There's something on the island in the kitchen that is for a new playlist of cookery films, but I want to eat it. And I'm going to try and eat it now. Oh, look at it. I'm not going to show you, though. I'm going to tease you. I'm looking at it, and it looks absolutely...
What are you doing?
Just sharing with the subs about...
Were you about to try some of that cheesecake?
Well, I was maybe going to just put my finger in the top.
Mark, I would have bloody killed you. Right, come on, we've got to finish filming this for the...
Shall I tilt down?
Do you want to show it to them?
No,
They
no.
can see it.
No.
You'll have to go to the playlist to see
No.
the finished dish.
I'm not showing it.
Okay.
Listen to this. Can you hear that?
I was going to put a little bit of this.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff. It's like red hot joy in a bottle, but it just doesn't come out.
Anything, just work. So, what do we have there? Because you've had all your carbs, haven't you? You've had two bagels today.
Yeah.
So, you've done your 2 lovely garlic chicken breasts.
Oh man, I love a chicken breast.
And then, I know if you have a salad, you only like it if it's really chunky. So, it's got
You're
a whole
right.
avocado in it.
I love that.
It's got walnuts, Brazil
Oh.
nuts, and pine nuts.
That, I have to say, that does look lush. As salad goes, I am a huge advocate of lamb's lettuce.
There you go. Never thinking. Down, never dancing. Up, never thinking. Down, never dancing. Up, never thinking. Down, never dancing. Dancing. Where's my cheeks?
She just fart.
Oh, just ignore it.
I personally would like to be the face, Nadia.
Yeah.
I'd like to be the face, the public face, the banner boy, the poster boy of lamb's lettuce.
Imagine like one of those really cringe posters where you're like,
Yeah, where I
"You're a
go.
lamb." Oh my god, my hair.
Or I go like this. I go, lamb's lettuce. You look so cool.
No, I look like a farmer. No offense to farmers.
Okay, you look like a farmer. I'm going to look like your farmer's sidekick. You ready? What do you want doing on the farmstead? We need to get ourselves a new tractor. We need to get ourselves some new cows.
Oh my god, remember that game we bought? And
Oh my god, the farming game
so bad.
where you had to be a
Why are
farmer.
you so small suddenly?
Why is my head going into my shoulders?
It's like,
It's because I'm becoming like a... That's really hurting.
Can you guess what this is for?
For clasping my testicle when I've been naughty.
Exactly. I love miniature little gadgets. I just love it. Anyway, come over to the playlist to see the final cheesecake. Right, Mark has got the cheesecake.
You can't see anything.
I know, because they've got to go to the playlist to see it.
You're teasing everyone.
I know, I'm doing it on purpose.
All I can say is it's the most remarkable
Right.
cheesecake
Did you
I've
have
ever
to swear?
had in
Oh,
my life.
Mark.